Imagine living your entire life without knowing that someone, somewhere, quietly gave you the chance to exist. Imagine that your children, your grandchildren, your career, your dreams, every beautiful moment you have ever experienced were only possible because of one stranger, a man who never asked for applause. Now imagine discovering that truth nearly 50 years later. This is not the story of a famous general. It is not the story of a powerful politician. It is the story of an ordinary stockbroker who quietly saved 669 children from almost certain death, and then kept silent about it for half a century. His name was Sir Nicholas Winton, and his greatest achievement remained hidden in a dusty attic until the world accidentally found it. The year was 1938. Europe stood on the edge of darkness. Nazi Germany had already absorbed Austria and was tightening its grip across Central Europe. Fear spread faster than news. Families whispered instead of laughed. Parents began sleeping in their clothes, uncertain if soldiers would knock on their doors before sunrise. 29-year-old Nicholas Winton was preparing for something completely different. He had planned a skiing holiday in Switzerland. Like many young professionals in London, he worked hard and looked forward to a winter vacation. But then, a phone call changed everything. A friend named Martin Blake urged him not to go skiing. Instead, he asked Nicholas to come to Prague, Czechoslovakia. There are people here who desperately need help. Nicholas could have said no. He had no government position, no humanitarian organization behind him, no experience in refugee work. He was simply an ordinary man with an ordinary life. Yet, sometimes history changes because one ordinary person decides not to look away. When Nicholas arrived in Prague, the reality shocked him. Thousands of Jewish families who had fled neighboring regions were living in overcrowded refugee camps. Children wandered through muddy streets while their parents searched desperately for hope. Everyone knew war was coming. Everyone feared what would happen once the Nazis arrived. Nicholas noticed something that haunted him. Adults might survive somehow, but children had almost no chance. He later admitted there was no dramatic moment of inspiration. He simply saw children who needed saving, and then he asked himself one simple question: if not me, then who? Instead of returning home after a few days, Nicholas transformed his hotel room into an unofficial rescue office. Parents lined up outside his door. Some carried photographs. Some carried birth certificates. Many carried nothing but tears. One by one, they begged him to save their sons and daughters. Imagine being a mother forced to hand your child to a stranger because staying together almost certainly meant death. No parent should ever have to make that choice. Yet hundreds did. Nicholas promised he would try. Not because he knew he could succeed, because doing nothing was unthinkable. The challenge seemed impossible. Every child needed documents. Every child needed transportation. Every child needed a foster family in Britain. Every child required financial guarantees demanded by British authorities. There was no internet, no email, no mobile phones. Every letter crossed borders slowly. Every approval took precious time. Every delay could become fatal. Nicholas returned to London and worked during the day as a stockbroker. At night, he became something else entirely. He wrote letters. He visited churches. He contacted families. He persuaded strangers to open their homes to children they had never met. He organized paperwork late into the night. His mother became one of his closest partners, helping manage the endless administrative work. Together, they built a rescue operation from almost nothing. Not with wealth, not with power, but with determination. Then the trains began to leave. Each departure carried frightened children away from everything they had ever known. Some waved goodbye through train windows. Some cried. Some were too young to understand that the people standing on the platform might be seeing them for the last time. Many parents smiled bravely. Only after the train disappeared did they collapse into grief. Those goodbyes were acts of unimaginable love. They chose heartbreak so their children might live. Over several months, 8 trains successfully carried children from Prague through occupied territory and eventually to safety in Britain. In total, 669 children escaped. Hundreds of future teachers, doctors, artists, engineers, parents, grandparents. Entire family trees survived because one man refused to accept helplessness. But then came September 1st, 1939. Germany invaded Poland. World War II had officially begun. One final train was scheduled to leave Prague, carrying more than 250 children. Everything was ready. Families waited. Children held tickets. Hope seemed within reach. Then, the borders closed. The train never departed. Most of those children were never seen again. It remained one of the deepest sorrows of Nicholas Winton's life. Even after saving hundreds, he remembered those he could not save. Heroes often carry not only their victories, but also the weight of every life they couldn't reach. When the war ended, Nicholas simply returned to everyday life. He married, raised a family, built a career. He never wrote books celebrating himself. He never sought interviews. He never demanded recognition. In fact, almost no one knew what he had done. Not his neighbors, not many of his friends, not even many members of his own family. The rescue operation became a quiet chapter hidden inside his heart. Decades passed. The children grew older. Many assumed they would never know the full story behind their survival. Then fate intervened. In 1988, nearly 50 years later, Nicholas's wife was cleaning their attic. She discovered an old scrapbook. Inside were photographs, children's names, transport lists, letters from desperate parents, official documents, the forgotten evidence of an extraordinary act of humanity. She realized these papers belonged to history. Soon, television producers learned about the story. Nicholas agreed to appear on a BBC program. He believed they merely wanted to discuss the rescued children. He had no idea what was about to happen. The audience quietly filled the studio. Nicholas sat politely in his chair. The host began describing the rescue mission. Then she held up one of the old record books. She turned toward the audience. If anyone here owes their life to Nicholas Winton, would you please stand? Nicholas looked around. At first, he seemed confused. Then, people began rising. One, then another, then another. Soon almost the entire audience stood. Men and women, doctors, parents, grandparents, people whose lives existed because of decisions he had made 50 years earlier. Nicholas covered his face, his eyes filled with tears. He wasn't seeing strangers. He was seeing children. The frightened little faces from Prague had become full lives. Their existence was the answer to every sleepless night, every letter, every risk, every impossible decision. It was one of the most moving moments ever captured on television, not because a hero was finally recognized, but because goodness had quietly echoed across generations. Experts estimate that those 669 children eventually produced thousands of descendants. Think about that. One act of courage did not save only 669 lives. It changed thousands, perhaps tens of thousands. Every birthday celebrated, every wedding, every graduation, every laugh shared around a family dinner, every dream pursued, all because one person refused to believe that being ordinary meant being powerless. Sir Nicholas Winton once said something remarkably simple. If it's not impossible, then there must be a way to do it. That sentence explains his life. He did not wait until he had perfect resources. He did not wait until someone else took responsibility. He simply started. History often celebrates loud heroes, but the world is transformed just as often by quiet ones. The neighbor who helps without being asked. The teacher who refuses to give up on one struggling student. The stranger who chooses kindness instead of indifference. The parent who sacrifices comfort so a child can dream bigger. Most of these people will never appear in history books, yet their influence travels farther than they may ever know. Nicholas Winton passed away in 2015 at the age of 106. By then, the world finally knew his name. He received honors from nations. He was knighted. People called him a hero. Yet those who knew him best said he remained humble until the end, because he never believed he had done something extraordinary. He believed he had simply done what was right. And perhaps that is the most powerful lesson of all. You may never save 669 children. Most of us won't, but every single day, we are given opportunities to rescue hope, to encourage someone who feels invisible, to forgive, to protect, to stand beside someone who has no one else. The greatest acts of kindness are rarely performed for recognition. They are performed because another human being matters. Long after applause fades, long after headlines disappear, love continues its quiet work. Somewhere today, someone may desperately need the courage, compassion, or encouragement that only you can offer. You may never know how deeply your actions shape another person's future. Nicholas Winton didn't know either. For 50 years, he believed his work had simply become part of the past. But kindness has a remarkable way of multiplying in silence. So when you wonder whether one person can truly make a difference, remember the quiet man who saved 669 children and never needed the world to know. Because sometimes, the greatest heroes are the ones who never ask to be remembered. If this story touched your heart, gave you hope, or helped you see life from a new perspective, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to support our channel and help us continue sharing meaningful stories. Thank you so much for watching.